Well, let me say this. I do expect his management team, led by Rich Paul, to probably have phone conversations with Philadelphia, Houston, Boston, any other teams that they're considering. That's what they did in 2014. Remember, he only met with Miami and Cleveland. So I think they'll go through that. But this does tell me that the Lakers and the Cavs are the heavy favorites. Because in my opinion, if LeBron James is going to go to Philly, Houston, or Boston, he has got to meet with the coaching staff or the head coach, because those teams are really good teams that have systems in place, and it's how do we fit, how do you envision me in your system? Do you change the system? Where do, you're not just going to drop LeBron James in Houston and
figure it out.
Yeah. Whereas the Lakers are so bad and young that if LeBron goes there, then you just build it around him. Cleveland, obviously, he's there. So that's how I read it.
What could you include Philly in that group only because his agent, Rich Paul, already knows the coach, already knows, well, the GM was gone now, but the management, if people don't know, Rich Paul reps Ben Simmons, Clutch Sports reps Ben Simmons. So does that factor into this at all, in your opinion? Yeah,
and I think Philadelphia would be third. And obviously Ben and LeBron themselves could speak. But I still would think you'd want to talk with the Brett Brown or, something like that. But it's true that LeBron doesn't so much look at the coach. So I don't think he's looking at, they only have Luke Walton. I mean, Eric Spoelstra was a new young coach. He probably had never even heard of David Blatt when the Cavs hired him, so.
I hadn't.
Yeah.
No. Chris, a few weeks ago, months ago, Cleveland was not even an option, basically, for LeBron James. It was not even on the playing field as far as where he would end up next season. Now it seems like it's either he's going to stay or maybe he goes to the Lakers. How have things changed in the last couple of weeks that Cleveland is now a
Well, I think,
option?
one, he's made it clear how much family is going to play into this. And that's nice to hear. And you think about a lot of these free agent decisions with players, you rarely hear about the family and how much of an impact that's going to have in it. So I think that's one of them. And then I think with the Spurs not really wanting to deal with the Lakers in terms of trading Kawhi, right now at least, and then Paul George maybe staying in Oklahoma City, you have to wonder, why would LeBron go to the Lakers for 1 year, kind of waste a year? Because I don't think he'd have any chance to win a championship.
So you bring up, so that's an interesting point. Do you, if he stays in Cleveland, which I had been saying for months, if they don't win the title, there's no chance. And then I started saying, even if they do win a title, he's going to be the first player ever to be the best player on a championship team and then change teams, not retire. But I was told this past week, stop, don't say it's 0% he stays in Cleveland. That's not true where he's at right now. Do you think that it'd be on the board that if he stays in Cleveland, it's not, though, on a long-term deal? It's to give him this opportunity again next offseason when things are more settled, like another 1+1.
Settled with who?
Settled with free agency. See where Kawhi goes next offseason. See where Kyrie Irving goes next off. Not that Kyrie will play a big factor, but
if he stays in Cleveland, I would expect it to be a 1-year deal, because he doesn't have to become a free agent. All he has to do is opt in. That's it. So I would expect that, because if you stay there long term, now you're really putting your future in jeopardy in terms of chances to win championships. But it makes sense. It makes so much sense to just stay there 1 more year. Number one, his son, let's deal with that. He's only an 8th grader. So
going to be this year will be an 8th grader.
So you could move in 2019 when he's ready to start high school, if that's the case. In terms of the free agent market, Kawhi wants to go to L.A. So you could, work that again with him. Do we both go to the Lakers? And you get to watch the Lakers' young players like Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball. Oh, they're really good. They're a lot better. They've improved. I really would like to play with them now. Or they drop off or don't improve, and you say, I don't know if I want to go there at all.
Chris, you talk about how it's very, very rare for someone like LeBron to even mention their family and how important it is. You're close to the situation. Give us some of those dynamics and how you might believe how Cleveland has a huge advantage based on the son and potentially, his wife and her being from there.
Yeah, I mean, look, they love being in the Akron area. You know, what I'm told is that that's one place maybe in America that LeBron can kind of walk around and just be LeBron.
Bothered.
Yeah, and people let him do his thing. They live in a normal neighborhood that any of us could live in. Honestly, like it looks to me like they bought 2 houses and knocked them down.
I mean, we can
and
buy
then
that
built-
first port right where the gate is and everything, that little parcel.
But
Yeah.
really, like across the street is a normal house. Like it's not a humongous house.
Yes.
Next door is a normal house. Like it's a regular neighborhood. It's not a gated community. Now you're right. His house looks like a hotel or something. But the neighborhood is. So I just think, and then obviously his kids have got roots there. And remember how LeBron grew up, moving around. He was in Akron, but he was moving around every several months. And maybe inside of him is like stability, and I really want my kids to have this stability.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on